Dynasty fans will remember her as the beautiful Amanda Carrington, daughter of super bitch Joan Collins. Would you please welcome Miss Catherine Oxenberg. You don't like that music?
Oh, God, so corny.
Could you play something else,
No,
Jeff?
yes, please, anything
Oh,
else.
sorry.
Something else.
Oh, hello. Oh, welcome to the show. Hello. Well, yeah, let's just go in the show, won't you? Weren't you in the show?
No, me?
Oh.
No,
I'll go home, I think.
Now we had Pamela Sue Martin on the show the other day, and similarly, she didn't want to talk about Dynasty or Dallas. I mean, was it really that bad?
No, it's just history.
Just gone. And yes, I guess that if you've been with it even for a couple of years as you were, that's a credit. I mean, somewhere down you chalk that up, and that's just one of the many things you've done.
Well, it was an amazing experience. And every experience is a credit.
Let's push on. All right. So, what brings you down under?
Work, actually. Two miniseries. One was that I finished about a month ago. It was Boney.
For Channel 7?
For Channel 7. And
Yep.
now another one called Ring of Scorpio.
Your first trip to Australia?
Second.
Second, what?
The first trip was about a year and a half ago, but it doesn't really count because it was as a guest for the opening of the Sheraton Mirage. So all I saw was two resorts, and that's not Australia.
Well, you've seen a bit now. You've seen Broken Hill. You've seen the Outback.
I've seen the Outback. I've climbed Ayers Rock valiantly. Oh, I just love this country. It's so beautiful.
Were you puffed
Puffed?
when you got to the top of Ayers Rock?
No.
Snack, was it?
Yes. A breeze. It was exhausting.
I know the story of Ring of Scorpio, the series you're doing for us.
Mm-hmm.
Now that, as I understand it, requires beauty you've got anyway, but not so much relying on your beauty, but more on you've actually got to act a lot of it.
Talent. Ha ha. Yeah, no, it's fantastic. I get to play a 17-year-old girl, and then that's some flashbacks, and then a 36-year-old pill addict and alcoholic.
A pill-popping alcoholic.
Yeah, so it's wonderful going to work in the morning. The worse I look, the happier they are. And they paint on bags and wrinkles and circles, and this transformation takes place.
How do you feel when you actually look in the mirror?
Sick.
Sick. This could be you.
Yeah, thank you. Sooner.
Now, have you been to Spain? It's Spain and Morocco as well, isn't it?
Have I been to Spain before?
For the
No,
series.
that we film we go to Spain in the beginning of June.
It's interesting, isn't it? I mean, television. Of course, Dynasty and Dallas were huge production numbers, but we're now at the stage where series are as big as a mini-series is as big as a feature film, isn't it?
It's a huge production. I've never done a miniseries before, so it's amazing. Yeah.
Let's go back a year or two then, where you got the start. I mentioned that, in fact, Richard Burton had been an acting coach of sorts for you when your mother was engaged to him. Tell us about an impression of a young girl with someone like that around.
Well, I mean, it's very interesting because I talk a lot about role models, and he was a role model for me. I mean, I don't think without his inspiration that I would have ever been interested in acting. So he had a tremendous impact on me, and he used to coach me for my Shakespeare for school when I was 13, so not a bad teacher.
You sat at the feet of Richard Burton as he gave the Shakespearean sonnets, did you?
Yes, exactly.
Was the voice always, I mean, we see it, of course, only on film, I had never interviewed him, but was the voice as strong and distinctive in person as it was on stage?
Yes, and I remember that had an amazing impact because I remember thinking he would, I don't know, when he called the operator and they would say, "Oh my God, are you Richard Burton?" I said, "That's real fame, not when someone recognizes your face, but when they recognize your voice." And yeah, he had an amazing voice.
Catherine, you obviously live with it because of the Hollywood thing, but I mean, was there a presence about Richard Burton as well that stood him out from just other actors? A presence as against the voice?
Yes, but I think his presence was in his voice. I mean, can't separate the two. Yeah, he had a tremendous presence. That's what made him a really great actor. What
about these stories? How do the stories begin? I know they're not true. The stories begin that you were on the short list of Prince Charles's suitors. That you were...
The very short list. Who knows? I mean, the press pick up on the most amazing things. It's certainly not true.
It just, I mean, do you have to live with that all the time? Is that part of Dynasty, do you think, that people will say, will write what they like about you, irrespective of the truth?
Absolutely. You have to have a really strong sense of self so that you don't get thrown off by some of the stuff that gets printed about you.
But given the fact your mother was a princess, a Yugoslavian princess, did that then qualify you at least in a long list of possible wives for Prince Charles?
Certainly not. With a good name like Oxenberg, I doubt it. No.
I read that, in fact, when you played the role of Lady Diana in the television special, that your mother or you actually rang Buckhouse, the palace, and apologised. Was that?
No, my mother actually rang Charles to see if it was all right with him. And he said yes.
Rang Charles?
Yes. So
Hello, what, hello, Chuck?
Hey, Chuck. And said, he said, at least she can bring some dignity to the role because they'll do it regardless. No, he didn't mind at all.
Did it feel strange? That was your acting debut, certainly in public, wasn't it? Mm-hmm. Did it feel strange playing a role like that?
No, because I actually I'd met her once, but that was it, so I didn't know her at all. Right. And I was so ecstatic that anyone would have hired me, and they didn't know that I was remotely related or anything, so it was on total basis of the fact that they loved my audition. So.
Now, beyond acting, I read that you're into something called manifesting. What's manifesting?
Oh, just getting what you want.
Motivation? Positive thinking?
Oh, yeah. I mean, you talk about what gave Richard Burton presence. It's allowing more of you to come through you, to have an impact. We all want to have an impact, I think, rather than being nobodies. And we all have dreams and goals, and many of us are so overwhelmed with the stress of daily living that we don't know what it will take to move us out of that place of fear and inertia into a place where we can actually create what we want out of our lives. And it's so simple. And it amazes me.
It is a motivational theory, is it?
Yes. Well, basically, yes, absolutely.
Does it have a religious bent?
Certainly not. No, except that you have to you have to do what, I mean, it takes commitment. So the discipline is you have to do it religiously. I mean, you really have to follow up on a daily basis. But certainly not religious, no.
But I mean, I've heard of EST and heard of course, we had channels and all kinds of things come out of LA, but manifesting is an expression I hadn't heard of before.
You've never heard of it?
No, I hadn't. But I live a very sheltered life.
Oh, you poor thing. Well, I have to enlighten you.
Sounds good. I think I'm into manifesting straight away. Crystal 7, that's the class that you're holding, is it?
Crystal 7, actually, the founder of Crystal 7, Gail Rich, puts together many workshops, and I'm just assisting, donating my services for this one because I was so amazed that a center like this existed anywhere in the world. I mean, it is the most comprehensive center, inspirational center, if you want to manifest, if you want more joy, more fulfillment in your life. It's just an amazing place, and this workshop is just a sample of what it has to offer.
Okay, you'll be involved in it the 2nd and the 3rd of June at 7 Victoria Street, Paddington, a manifestable at Crystal 7 it's called. There you go. Now, can I ask a favour?
Yes.
We have this wonderful soapy, I guess it is really. Beyond that, do you play the didgeridoo?
No, but I'm learning. Swines, I knew they were going to do this. It just sounds like an old fart when I do it.
Just close your ears.
Okay, on one condition. You have to try as well. All right, deal?
At the same time?
Yes, the other end. No one's done that before. Let's see if I can do this. Sometimes I can. Wait, one more. Wait, no, it's terrible. That's the beginning. All right, your turn.
I'll do it again, just to prove it. Ready?
No!
Now let me try. Let me quickly try. Graham, Jesse, can you do it? Can you do this?
Might be better to get a brass player.
Bob Buffler.
Bob Buffler, quick.
Come on! You've got to loosen your lips.
Loosen your lips, Bob. Loosen the lips.
That's enough.
We've asked everything else. We have this award-winning drama program called A Town Like Dallas. Just stay with me, for goodness sake, just support. Would you mind appearing on it?
Certainly not.
Great. Now, is it true, just in warning, is it true that when in soapies in Hollywood, when they're going to finish off a series, when it's the last show, they actually blow the setup?
They blow everything up.
Oh, okay. Thanks, Catherine. Would you please thank Catherine Oxenberg, sir? After break, a bearded Barry Crocker and a beautiful Kate Manning there next.